talaq happens, divorce happens. And subhanAllah, look at the verses over and over and over again, embedding taqwa in divorce. Ya ayyuhan nabi, idha talaqtumun nisa, fatalliquhunna li'iddatihin wa ahsul idda wattaqullaha rabbakum. The first thing the Prophet ﷺ is commanded, that when you carry out a divorce, make sure that you initiate it at the right time. There's a sunnah to when you initiate a divorce, and make sure you observe the iddah properly and fear Allah. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ رَبَّكُمْ. You both have the same Lord that you will be accountable to. And you will never see the sunnah less applied than in divorce. It's so sad in our communities. It is so sad. All of a sudden, the religious and the secular, it all goes out the window. What sunnah? I'm going to cite the text as it can benefit me. But what sunnah? What observance of Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And how does it start off with after that? لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن إلا أن يأتين بفاحشة مبينة. Don't kick them out of their houses, your spouses out of their houses, nor leave your house. There's an iddah period to be observed. Unless there's a fear of your safety, that iddah is there for a reason. I can't tell you how many times we're facing issues in our community, times in our community, where right away the talaq is uttered and then forget about the iddah. Two people that practice Islam, two people that pray. And a husband tells his wife, don't come home. A wife disappears, a husband disappears. There's an iddah. Don't you dare kick the other person out of their rightful home, nor leave your place. There's a process to be established here and to be observed here. Unless there is a fear of safety or there is shamelessness, fahisha, a major transgression that has taken place. وَتِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ. That's the boundary of Allah that's been set on you. You don't get to reason your way out of it. تِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ وَمَنْ يَتَعَدَّ حُدُودَ اللَّهِ فَقَدْ ظَلَمَ نَفْسَهُ. And whoever transgresses the boundary of Allah, you've wronged yourself. You might have hurt the other person. SubhanAllah. The types of mazalim. May Allah protect us from wronging or being wronged in these ways, in these divorces. A'udhu billah. Kicking people out of their homes, changing locks, not coming back. I mean, it's unbelievable what takes place. Like, when is the iddah to be observed? And Allah is saying what? You cross the boundary of Allah, you have wronged yourself. لا تدري لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا. And you don't know what Allah is going to pave as a result of you observing what He has put as a process for you. But again, ittaqullah. Later on, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the forgiveness, and after a divorce is to take place, where people then start to, right, it's lawyer up and get as much as you can. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? وَأَن تَعْفُوا أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَى. You know what? Be a person that forgives. Be a person that overlooks. Be a person that says, I understand, we can make an arrangement. Try your best to be that person that is understanding and forgiving. Don't weaponize. وَأَن تَعْفُوا أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَى. Be a person who's forgiving, who's overlooking, who's pardoning, who's reasonable, who's gracious, graceful. أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَى. That's closer to taqwa. وَلَا تَنْسَوْا الْفَضْلَ بَيْنَكُمْ. Don't forget the good times that you had amongst yourselves. إِنَّ اللَّهَ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. Allah sees you. What is that speaking about? As Al-Qurtubi rahimahullah said, that when two people get a divorce and then they slander one another and they try to hinder the path to marriage for the other person afterwards. So put out nasty things in the community, right? Start making suggestions and hints. Why? So that you can make that person miserable because you feel like they've made you miserable. Where's the taqwa in that? Inna Allah bima ta'maluna basir. Allah sees you. To take more than your haqq is fujur. To take more than your right is fujur. Sometimes people, find themselves in a favorable situation outside of the boundaries of Allah and His Messenger ﷺ, and they take more than what's allotted to them. That is fujur. It's not screaming and cursing and yelling, but that is fujur. That is hudud Allah that is being crossed. Using your children as pawns in a divorce. Taqwa problem. Taqwa problem. SubhanAllah, in the vengeance of all of this, in the situation, where a husband and a wife pit their children against one another, manipulate. Where's your fear of Allah? That's going to come back to bite you. It'll bite you with your children and bite you with yourself. Ittaqullah. Your children are not pawns. Your children need help. Right? They need that compassion, that care, that love. They need understanding. But a person is just trying to do what? As much as I can get out of this. Fujur. Take as much as I can, hurt as much as I can, wield as much as I can, execute as much as I can of pain on the other person.